yes, we can start with
We're
our
recording.
photos.
Okay.
These are pretty good.
Oh boy.
I like this. This is so
Cool.
sick.
Cool transition, right? Real
Yeah,
pro.
I
Yeah, it's
do.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh
This, on the other
no.
hand, is not very cool.
Oh
Would you
no.
like? Yeah, it's kind of funny, right?
Jenny, you gotta brace yourself for the next one. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Oh no.
Not even
Okay.
that bad. This is worse, but okay.
I don't know. You ready?
Yeah, the next one.
Ready.
Yes.
Okay, Martin. Martin.
Is that real? Is that real?
That's Gandalf with some money milkers.
This is sacrilegious right here.
Okay, well, anyway, I don't know where I come up with this stuff.
Fucking Reddit. Something.
No, it's like Twitter. It's X, actually.
Okay.
We have two videos because
Oh, Jesus, we do, don't we?
luckily, they used a Taylor Swift song in the movie, so it works.
They did, famously.
All right. Oh,
Well,
sorry.
not. Oh, look, that's what we're using, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is like straight. Well, they used images from the movie.
You didn't watch this, did you?
I did watch it. You don't think I ever watch it? Oh, the YouTube video. Okay. I thought you meant the movie. Okay.
No, you've never watched the YouTube videos.
Okay. That's a fair question.
We always end up sitting through these weird YouTube videos.
Well, this was the song in the movie.
Okay.
So you can tell it's kind of sad. Well, remember it.
I didn't have it in myself to go with grace, and you're the hero flying around saving face.
It was my favorite line.
If I'm dead to you, why
am I at the lake? That's my favorite line. Okay. You do the other video now.
Cool. Cool.
Anyway, that was the song in the movie Tears Ricocheted.
Is your dog on the bed right now?
Yeah.
Is he scratching himself?
No.
There's some noise going on.
I
Anyway.
think it's the AC.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go.
How did that come about?
Honestly, the trailer. It was put in trailer first, and we worked really hard on that trailer, and it was just so powerful. And it was never something. This it's a movie you should see in theaters. You don't see movies like this anymore, where you get to see like movie stars being born. I mean, this is Isabella's first movie. Like everybody on this screen just like popped, and it has such high production value. That said, it was like not a big budget, so it was not something where we're like, oh, let's have like the most successful singer of all time, in our film. It was just not something we were considering, but it worked so well in the trailer that I was like, we got to put this in the movie. And there was a moment that was very important to me for Lily's journey, because there's something that happens in her life that sort of changes her perspective about what her future is going to be. And as she's considering what her future is going to be, having that song overscore that time in her life was critical.
Fans lost it when they heard Taylor's My Tears Ricochet.
That's how he got in the movie. And I'm sure it also helped that she's good friends with Taylor as well. I'm sure that kind of helped getting in the movie also.
Yeah. So this movie, I feel like there's a lot going on in terms with like cast drama outside of this movie.
It's actually really good casting if you think about it.
Yeah, so Jason Baldoni, who plays
Well, I don't think we've said the name of the movie yet.
oh,
so,
sorry.
Yeah.
We watched It Ends With Us.
Yeah, it ends with us. A love story about domestic abuse and gaslighting and
Yeah.
manipulation.
Yeah. And off screen there've been several lawsuits filed. So Blake Lively has sued Justin Baldoni, who was her co-lead in this movie,
He
for
also directed it.
yeah, he's the
Yeah.
director.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she's sued him for harassment, and I think did he countersue her for defamation?
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
defamation, she did harassment. And in the movie, he plays a guy who harasses a woman, so it really is good casting
Yeah.
on their part, if you ask me. So it was,
Yeah.
I don't agree with her that this is the kind of movie you have to watch in theater. I think it's okay. If you know, I wasn't like, oh, I wish I was in a theater right now
No,
watching
no. I was
this.
like, I'm glad I didn't. I it kept my attention the whole time.
Yeah, but do you think it was good? Because
No, and I don't think the source material was probably that good.
I didn't read the book.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't either, but like knowing, knowing what I know about the book, I think the book was a little controversial. I think that like in terms of like telling a story about domestic violence, this isn't like a story that hasn't really already been told, and I don't think it's bringing anything new to the table.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good point. Uh,
That's
yeah,
with that being said, I mean,
well, anyway, well, it starts out, and he starts up like a normal guy, which is, I think the problem with the guy in the movie is he's really hot, and I don't think hot people have been told no before, so they don't know what to do when they get rejected or are told no, so they just gotta make it happen. So I'm anti. It's always hot. It's the hot people
Martin's like
doing
on the
this
one
stuff.
hand, I really like cool guys. On the other hand, I think hot people are more prone to domestic violence because they're
Yeah,
not
I mean,
told
because
no.
Tough when you're
this guy's
torn.
super hot, and you think anyone's ever denied that he's a pretty hot guy, you know? And then, remember when she's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep with you," and then he gets ready for bed, and he like he gets in his underwear and gets in the bed, and she goes along with it. So
Yeah.
it's like, what a move, dude. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah, I mean, they position him as this like fuckboy surgeon.
He's a doctor,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's like a neurosurgeon, right?
Yeah. He's a
And
brain.
like he doesn't really like have relationships or whatever, and we find out that's probably a good idea for him because he I mean, it starts off very normally, and it very much like follows the pattern of like a typical like romance movie until the first incident occurs. But he's shown from the get-go to have like a really bad temper. When she
Oh,
meets
yeah.
him, he threw like a table outside or like a chair, and then he later tells her it's because like he had a patient who died. Whether or not this is true, we don't really know, but yeah, he doesn't seem to have very good impulse control.
You know what they say, hurt people hurt people. So
Yes.
It's true.
that's
Yes.
what I say. But then, so anyway, it kind of starts out that Lily Bloom, who owns a flower shop, which they do acknowledge the irony of that in the film, but she goes back to deliver her father's eulogy, and she said, "These are my five favorite things about him." And she couldn't name five things. And she walked out. So that's how you know she had a bad relationship with her father.
Yeah, that was like that was a little
She
much.
couldn't name five. She could have been
Yeah.
like, not, it was,
I
it
thought
was
that was a
good,
little
good
unrealistic.
hair. Yeah, good hair.
I think her walking out of the funeral like that would, because her father was abusive and her mother did like stay with
Well,
him.
we see what this movie is really about is how we all take the traits of our parents. That's really what it comes down to. Her mother stayed with an abusive guy. She stayed with an abusive guy. You know, we just become our parents at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was kind of a key theme there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think her
right.
mother would have not been on speaking terms with her after the funeral like that. Just considering.
Well,
I think it would have been more realistic. I don't know. I didn't really care for that.
even if it's like, yeah, like he did beat the shit out of us, but let's pay respect to everybody. I know he beat us all the time, but come on, he's still your father.
Yeah, yeah.
Have
I
y'all had
guess.
any funerals like that in your family where like it was clear
Uh,
everybody hated the person that died?
No, never. Especially never. I never picture if with somebody like
I have.
deep. You've been to
Really?
that.
Yeah.
What was it
Yeah.
like?
My
Wait,
great
why
grandpa's
didn't they
funeral
like
was like they were
him?
just like he was
Why?
not a good guy.
What
It was
he
like for them
did?
to unload their feelings about him.
See,
It was
that's where to
Wow.
crazy.
do it. You unload your feelings for this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of interesting.
Damn.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, like and it was good. Like it was powerful,
Yeah.
but not to like honor him necessarily.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really interesting. I
Well, I
mean,
guess.
I've never been yeah, I haven't been to really like a funeral like that.
Not too much drama, huh?
No, I mean, yeah, my dad gave a really good eulogy at my grandma's.
Oh, okay.
So I've seen like that kind of thing. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've always like kind of I've seen a controversial speech at like a wedding though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, where they were like, the father was like, yeah, like they fought so much. I was like, either, you know, they're gonna break up and it's gonna get really bad, or they're gonna marry each other.
Oh, jeez, that was
And
this
the
speech.
latter
Yeah.
happened, and the
Oh.
Yeah.
latter.
And
Was that
everyone
father
was,
the bride?
no, father of the groom.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
But this it was definitely like a wedding where it was like everyone was like, God, I can't believe they're like getting married. Like it was like people like these are like the type of people where it's like you could never like go out and do something with this couple without there being an incident, you know. These
Oh
are
my
people
God.
who like fought in the street, like blah, you know,
Are they
just
still
like
married? Are they still together?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like, yeah,
they've only been married for like a couple of years, but like yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
How'd the
but
wedding
like,
go? Did it end sloppy? Or?
It was like mostly fun and everything. It was like fine, but yeah, it was just like one of those things where it was like the type of couple people would be like, yeah, like once they break up, like hopefully they can both just like improve themselves and go on and be better people to someone else. Like they
Wow.
both just are like it's not one person, it's like both of them. Anyone who's observed them is like, God, they're horrible. Like, yeah, they're like, so I don't know. But yeah, and it was kind of like yeah, I'm surprised we're all here.
I guess it worked out.
Yeah.
we did it.
How you doing, Martin? You getting cozy over there for this step?
Yeah, I'm chilling. You know me. I'm Mr. Chills.
Did you enjoy the movie at all, Martin, or did you find it to be like a slog to get through?
It was fine. It was like, I mean, it was okay. It wasn't
Like I enjoyed
anything.
watching it. It kept my attention.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was boring or anything, but it wasn't like good. I don't know if it really did much, to help had a good message or anything. It's just like, okay, cool, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, I do appreciate a film that's set in Boston and not in New York. I
Yeah,
appreciate
I mean,
any film not set in New York. I
what about
personally,
LA? You got LA.
uh, LA's fine. I like honestly, I would rather more films be set in other cities that people like actually live in and, about them. Like
Yeah,
Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's true.
think I think there's never mind.
Well, I just mean there are a
Hey,
disproportionate.
Tyler Perry movies are in Atlanta. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I just mean like there are a disproportionate number of movies
well,
set in like New
it's
York
yeah.
and
I think it's always been like that, because when I want to make my dreams come true, I go to New
New York
York.
City,
I'm like, this
the
is.
Big Apple.
I'm like, if I can make it here, I can make it with this girl I like. So that's what I. That's what I think. Here, I went to this one wedding I went to was people from Boy Scout camp, and they met at Boy Scout camp,
Uh-oh.
and their wedding vows. I don't know if you're familiar with the Scout law, but their wedding vows were the Scout law. In the Scout law, it says a Scout is courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Reverend?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, were
That
these two boys?
no,
Men?
it's to a man and a woman that met at Boy Scout camp.
Oh, so girls can go to Boy Scout camp?
I mean, you can work there.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, this is back when I worked there. Yeah.
That was
gotcha.
a crazy
Actually, I
scene
guess
at that camp, right?
now they can go to Boy Scout camp. It's going now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But we were working there anyway. Their wedding vows were the Boy Scout law, and they.
That would
Wait,
be
just
cute
that?
if the Boy Scout law wasn't like a little weird.
Yeah.
It's all about what you have to be as a Boy Scout.
Yeah, I know. It's
Well,
still like a
okay,
little
I'm
weird.
sorry. I think I'm trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, obedient, kind, cheerful, thrifty.
Reverend?
Yeah,
think you're
it's hardly
reverent?
being reverent.
What does that even mean?
Like, I don't know. I think you have to like believe in God
Well,
or
I think
something.
what's interesting about that is that obedient is in there, and obedient like used to be in wedding vows
Yeah.
like a lot, and it's usually taken out now
Yeah,
because that's weird.
reverent just means showing deep and solemn respect. So,
You?
well, Boy Scouts. I mean, what? I don't know. What do you want? I mean, are any are any of us reverent? I don't know. I mean, shit. Dude, I didn't write the law. But that wasn't. I just had to follow the law. But anyway, they did not stay together. So and I heard she cheated on him. I don't know if that's true, but they
Another Boy
didn't
Scout.
stay together. And then but that was the wedding I got super duper drunk at, and I
Yeah.
was eating the bouquet flowers. I was like
That's
eating
nuts.
yeah, I
That's
was
crazy.
eating the bouquet.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ate the bouquet flowers.
Turn into a
It's pretty
rabbit or
fun.
something. It's nuts.
Yeah, and then I knew I couldn't drive. I gave my keys to my friend Erin, who went with me, and she drove me. She clicked the car button. My car beeped, and there was like a swarm of drunk people that went to my car. So in the back was like a clown car of like 8 guys, 2 guys in the back, and she drove everyone to the hotel. And then a year later, I reminded her of that story, and she was like, "Oh, dude, I was blackout drunk during that," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
She didn't
So
remember driving?
no, she was like, "Yeah, I was blackout when I did that." And I was like, "Man,
Oh my
everything we
god,
did
dude.
was so
Whoa,
dangerous."
that's scary.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
was like,
that's
I
fucking.
was drunk. Yeah, so
What were those guidelines again for the Boy Scouts?
yeah, she did not live up to them, but
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know she was drunk. That's why I gave her my keys.
She was one of those blackouts where she seems normal. Well, I guess
Yeah,
you were
I mean,
hammered too.
she's
You're
pretty
eating
good
like
at it. You know,
plants.
some people are good at being blackout. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Was that
you
the one
know,
where you slept in the bride and groom's room?
that was a different story. No, but when we got home, Erin put a pizza in her oven and forgot about it till the morning, and it was like charred black. So
Wow.
that was
Glad you made it through that one, dude.
yeah,
That's
that was great.
scary.
Yeah, you know, I live a wild life. Um,
But now you
yeah,
can settle down
nothing
with your
crazy like
flashlight.
that for Stephen Campbell's wedding. It was pretty chill.
Yeah.
And yeah, I yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what. I guess I feel kind of bummed we didn't do anything crazy and ruin the wedding or anything. You know.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you don't want to do that.
I was like, hey, who's got coke? Guys, I'm gonna do coke right here, and
I'm sure someone had it there.
perhaps, but they
It was
never
a-
let you know if they have coke. You know, no one's like, hey, we're all gonna do coke. You wanna?
Here's your invitation.
Yeah, you
We'll be
wanna
back
join?
here.
You know, it's always walk into it. And it's like, hey, what are we doing in the bath? Okay.
Or it's
Sit.
like, hey, why are there 5 people in the bathroom?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I was like, I gotta go doo doo. Okay, guys, don't mind me. And I'm just,
Martin just goes into the bathroom and starts
guys-
using it.
yeah,
You guys have colds or something?
yeah. You guys okay? I mean, you know, I'm taking a shit, guys. You know. Anyway, yeah,
That's so
yeah,
funny.
it's a big thing, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they
fun.
don't really have a big wedding in this this movie.
Yeah, yes, they do have a wedding
It's just
in
like
this movie.
in the bar.
The barn.
The bar.
They have a wedding at a bar.
Well, it's like is it the shop or the bar?
Why can't I remember?
I
don't
can't
know.
remember. But it's like they don't have a real wedding, I guess, is the
Do they? Oh, dude, yeah, and dude, this motherfucker, he asked that the chick to marry him, like, what his sister gave birth. They're like,
Yeah.
his sister just gave birth to a child, and he's like, you know what? I gotta take responsibility in my life. Will you marry me? And they're like in the hospital, and she has a newly born baby. And
I'd be
like,
so mad. I'd be like, don't do that. Can I not have anything
Yeah.
yeah,
be about
yeah,
me and my family?
yeah. So he did that there. I guess I forgot they actually got married. But that you know, there's a backstory that we have flashbacks, and I want to say the actress who plays young Blake Lively, I thought was very well cast because I thought it was Blake Lively. I didn't know it was a different person. I thought it was just her playing the same role. But right? Did you notice that?
What? Sorry.
That in those flashback scenes, the young Blake Lively I thought was just Blake Lively.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I thought they looked very similar.
They didn't look that similar.
Okay, well, maybe I just don't know how Blake Lively looks. That
I mean, it was. I would say it was well cast, but it
yeah,
was
I thought they were
distinguishable.
the same person. Don't call me
Okay,
crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just
okay.
suspend your disbelief.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, you learn that she befriended some like homeless kid in high school who ran away from home because his parents are abusive, and then he lives in the abandoned house next door, and then she like leaves food out for him like a fucking raccoon or something. And just and then he's like, they don't even talk to each other at first. They're kind of
Yeah, he
subtle.
smells bad, and the other kids make fun of him, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
No,
hey, you
yeah.
can shower at my house because like my parents aren't home."
It's kind of like, what's hey, is it worth going back home to like shower, dude? Like, and it's crazy. There's just like an abandoned house like there. I think I always find it weird when like a house.
Yeah, they like her dad clearly has like a good job, and they're like fairly well off, and there's just randomly an abandoned house
Yeah,
beside
that's
them. No
true.
one says
Yeah,
anything about.
it's kind of weird. There was the house behind my grandma's house. The lady died, and it was, dude, I think it was abandoned for like nobody lived there for like 10 years.
Ooh,
It was
spooky.
creepy. It
Yeah.
was
That's
just like
creepy.
there, and I was like
And
nobody.
like super cool. If I was a kid, I would have been over there
Oh yeah.
Well, I think
regularly.
by the time she died, I think I was like about to graduate high school, so it was just more creepy to me by then. But
I mean, the dream as a kid is for there to be like an abandoned house or something you can go like hang out in.
wow, what a morbid dream.
It's not
My
morbid. That's cool.
dream. I tried to go. There is a farm near my grandma's house. I tried to go cow tipping once, but then there was like I didn't notice there was like a big ditch in front of it, like fell in, and I was like, I can't do
You tipped
this.
yourself.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know what I would have done if I actually went cow tipping, but I didn't really
How does
have
that
a
even go down?
plan.
You just push them over, pretty much.
I don't know how I would have got in there. I used to spend every spring break at my grandma's house, and sometimes I would just get kind of, as I got older, my sister would stop coming, and my cousins got older, so I got a little bit more bored with stuff to do at my grandparents' house. So,
You're like, I'm gonna go cow tipping at night by
yeah, I
myself.
go cow tipping at night.
It's like a city kid thing for sure. Because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna go cow tipping, and it's like you
You got a
can't.
city kid. City kids don't have cows.
Yeah, I know. That's something like if a city kid goes to the country, they're like, we should go cow tipping, and it's like, oh, you
Yeah, I just
can't.
thought it was the fun. I don't think people actually go cow tipping.
You
It
can't.
was,
Like
it
it
was,
doesn't work like that.
yeah, I think it's a funny idea I had. That
Did
I
you like sneak
wanted.
out of the house to do it?
Yeah, it
You
was
used
down
to
the
sneak.
street. It was down the street. It wasn't really. My grandparents were like in their 70s.
Oh, okay.
They were or almost 80. I probably could have got away with so much. Should
Could
have
have it
been
all.
cool,
Would you
dude.
sneak out to go party from your parents' house?
Dude, so the problem with my parents' house is
Uh,
the their bedroom was right next to the front door,
oh
and it was a
shit.
very squeaky door.
Oh, squeaky
So I don't
door.
know if I could have done. I mean,
So you didn't.
I didn't really stick out like that,
Damn.
when I was in school.
I never snuck out.
Really?
Yeah, it
Oh.
wasn't. And it's funny. It's funny. It's always like in old TV shows. There's always like a kid who climbs through your window on like a ladder, and it's like
Yeah.
nobody would fucking do that. No one has a ladder next to their house where
Yeah.
their
No, my
kids.
window was like a straight drop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
upstairs. It was like my parents would have said something. No one. And my window had a screen. You have to knock out the screen to go through my window, and that's never. I don't think anyone actually went through their friend's window randomly. It's like random. Like, hey, what's up, Chucky? Hey, what's up? Hey, so.
I never got invited to do anything bad, so.
Oh,
All right.
so I was never, I was
She's a good
never,
kid.
I was
No,
never
I never. I was like, hey, I was like, if I'd been invited, maybe I would have tried to sneak out or something. But
yeah,
I
it's
never
like,
got any invitation to
that's,
do anything bad.
yeah, I was never like officially invited to parties, but I would tag along with my friends, so it was kind of like people assumed I was gonna show up with Steven or Matt. They was just assumed the
Your
Martins
baggage.
could. So I wasn't actually invited, but I showed up anyway. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think the only time I really engaged in like underage drinking was like uh going like the summer going into college. That
Wow.
was yeah,
yeah, I
that was
think honestly, it probably me too, because
yeah.
Jeez, you guys.
I
beach,
know. I
yeah,
know.
dude,
Yeah,
that
that was
was
the first
pretty.
time I like drank
Wow.
Yeah,
really.
that's when
Yeah.
Jenny became alcoholic. That's when it
Yeah,
hit.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah,
0 to
It
100.
was like incredible though. Like I could just drink and not be hungover at that time.
oh,
Yeah,
this was
so
so, yeah,
true.
It's
Amazing. And go to
so
class the next day and
incredible.
shit.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
I remember the
crazy.
first time I had a hangover, I thought I had the flu.
Really?
Yeah, and it was
yeah,
just like, oh, you can't drink like this anymore.
yeah, you
Oh,
get
jeez.
you grow
But
up.
yeah, no, I didn't really do anything until that summer.
Well,
I'll be honest too. I didn't really do too much underage, drinking like that
well, I
either.
made up for both of y'all, I think, so
Thank you,
don't worry
girl.
Yeah.
about it.
I had friends who like were doing stuff and I was just like, "Oh, that's crazy."
I had
Yeah,
a pretty good
dude.
golden era there where, like, I got my sister's, like, Vespa moped.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
So I would
That's so.
sneak out and drive that thing around and, like, have a bunch of beers, like, in the seat thing, you know?
Were
It was
you
That's
pretty
so
good.
violently
funny.
drunk?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh yeah, dude.
flying. With, like, my friends on the
Oh,
back
no.
and shit around Arlington
Yeah,
County.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll be honest. There's a lot of stuff that goes on usually around me that I'm usually oblivious to until years later. So it's like, yeah, that's probably one of those things. I'm sure other friends of mine were drinking, but yeah, I guess it didn't invite me to the chug
Yeah,
fest.
I mean, it was just something where it's like I didn't really want like I it was a combination of not really being invited and then also like kind of being worried like just
Yeah.
like wanting to
Yeah.
like not get in trouble.
Oh yeah,
Totally,
absolutely. I
yeah.
was gonna say
Yeah.
I was pretty afraid of
But I
mine.
mean,
I'm
I feel
still
like it
afraid, like,
was very much like I if I had received an invitation, I probably would have done stuff. I just would have been like
there is,
worried the whole time. But
yeah,
yeah, once I graduated from high school,
It was
like
on.
I
yeah,
drank that summer and then, but it was more of like, oh, I'm gonna like sleep over at this friend's house if I'm gonna do anything. Like
yeah,
I'm
Right.
not running the risk. Like I will sleep
getting
over
caught.
at this friend's house whose parents are like more lax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. The craziest thing we did, it had nothing to do with drinking, but this one time, it was like I was probably like a junior or something. It was for a friend's birthday.
High school.
We snuck up to this guy's house and we put a condom on the doorknob, and then we all waited in the car to see the reaction. And the guy we thought was gonna walk to the end of the driveway, but then he turned, got in his car. We freaked out. We drove away. We're like, oh shit! And then we're driving away, and we look behind us. We're like, is that the guy? And dude, the guy chased us around like for miles. We got on the interstate.
Oh,
What?
yeah, you told me about
Yeah,
this.
we lost him. Like, okay, shit, we did it, guys. And then we go back to my friend's house. We just reconvene. And then my friend's mom was like, hey, the police are at the door.
Or a condom on a doorknob?
Yeah, well, apparently, I guess that the friend had been doing that repeatedly. Is it like a thing? He's been fucking with this guy
That is
who,
so lame,
who
dude.
also had
Also,
like,
like, how much of a loser do you have to fucking be to call the cops over that? Of something so innocuous?
Yeah.
Like,
so we had to give, and so we had to give the policeman our names, and he didn't ask for my name. And I was like, the right thing to do was be like, hey, I was involved. My name is Martin Phillips. Then after, all my friends were like, yeah, I don't know why you did that. That was
Yeah.
stupid. No, dude, that was the right thing to do. Okay?
What are you talking about?
That was the right thing to do.
more people need to talk to their kids about when it comes to right and wrong, do not admit fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I thought I was doing the right thing, but
You were barely involved, sounds like.
Yeah,
Did you
I
put the
was,
condom on the door?
yeah, I was just in the car. I was
Yeah, what are you
just associated, But then one guy with us, he was like, guys, drop me off at my house. I don't want to be involved. And my mom was like, yeah, you should have been like him. But you know what? For the rest of our high school career, that guy was called Bitch Tits. So, who's bitch now? Not Martin. I was there.
Yeah, I had a friend in high school who like definitely had like weed in the car and was like hot off of like AP government and got like pulled over and was like, you don't have probable cause. Like,
I could have scored so high.
and we were all like, whoa.
Actually, once a year, our high school had like a drug sweep. Like they would go through the parking lot and
With the dogs?
with the dogs and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
like so
Yeah.
insane to me, and like that should not be allowed. Like,
Also, like,
Yeah, they did that.
yeah, once
that's
a year.
crazy.
Virginia.
I heard one year some teacher got called to the office. So it was like, nice,
The
dude.
art teacher.
The other art teacher.
It was actually like the government teacher, dude.
Our we definitely had some like humanities like
Yeah, of
AP
course.
Econ, AP Gov, like those
Yeah.
guys definitely had
Yeah,
weed.
they're the
Like,
libertarians, dude. They're like, yeah, I'm down with legalizing weed, dude. But they never found drugs on me, so I guess
Yeah, I
we're
bet.
good. And then I used to park super shitty and never fix it, and then I would mess up the entire row of cars because I was just being a dickhead because I parked handicapped, so I was like, it doesn't matter how I park, they're not gonna tow me. So I just did that, and it was
that's
also
terrible.
a kind of bullshit because you needed to buy a parking pass, but the parking pass gave you a spot number, but I said, oh, the handicap spot, there's no spot number. It's going to be open for me, so I don't think I should have to buy one. And the assistant principal disagreed with me. So
Really?
yeah, that buy stupid. And then you get like a senior card that you're allowed. You have all these privileges as a senior, but a lot of the privileges I already had through like accommodations from my disability. So it was like I don't need a fucking senior card. But then a privilege was eating lunch in the library. The librarians wouldn't let me in. I was like, you know who I am. You know we know each other.
That's kind of wild.
You know I'm a senior. So
But you didn't have the card
I didn't have the card
because you were lazy. You were lazy. You didn't want to do it.
because I thought I was better than everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, guys. Anyway, and
Yeah, it always drove me crazy how people get in trouble for like eating lunch in the library or something. It's like just like
I think
let
I think the issue was like eating outside the lunchroom. At least at my school was like the people just left trash everywhere. So I
yeah,
think
we could eat outside of the lunchroom. Like you could eat in the courtyard if you were a junior or senior.
Yeah.
yeah, but I think at
Which
least
I
for
think is funny that they just don't let freshmen and sophomores eat outside. So there's just this imaginary privilege for
there's too
seniority
many
where it's like,
kids.
Yeah.
Too many kids.
I mean, there are like 3 different lunch periods. I'm sure it would
That's
have been
fair.
fine.
At the school in Arlington, in Austin, they there's one lunch period for everybody. So in a high school, there's one lunch period, and
What?
kids can dip out and come back. And it's
Wow.
pretty sick, dude.
Yeah, I thought in my brain we had a privilege of seniors being able to leave campus for lunch. And I was talking about that with friends from high school, and they were like, that was not real. That was something we did.
You
That
just
was
said, you
not a
just
Yeah,
said,
hell
privilege.
yeah.
That
what
was
you
something we
said.
just did. Like, do you not remember that? And I was like, no, I just thought we were allowed.
I just went along with you guys. So
I was like, whatever. If you're gonna make me get in trouble for going to Panera Bread during lunch while there are people like, like with drugs,
dude,
like
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah. There's people high here right now, and
Yeah.
yeah. That and that back then, that was before. Like now, you can leave high school and pick up your lunch because you can order it on like Uber Eats. Back then, it was like, oh man, I don't have time to make it. I gotta get Panera Bread. I gotta eat this. I gotta get back.
Yeah.
It was a struggle. So,
My mom would make me breakfast burritos in
What?
high school.
so
Yeah.
my
That's
mom,
awesome.
my
Yeah.
mom actually, she did pack my lunch every day, and
All
then
through high school?
yeah, I fell through high school. And then she
Oh.
would make me cookies. Like we would have cookies. She makes cookies throughout the holidays. So I had like a 4-leaf clover cookie on St. Patrick's Day and a Valentine's Day cookie. But then during gym, somebody would go in my bag and steal my cookies.
What?
And yeah,
You didn't have a lock?
no, I just it
Why didn't
was.
you have a
Because
lock?
I didn't dress out for PE. They didn't let that in because it would take, I don't know, they thought it would take me a while. So I just left the bag there and usually, I had like a, I had
They,
like,
they thought it would take you a while?
yeah,
I think they're like, it's going to take him too long to get his
that
fucking
was
clothes
my,
on and
They
off.
wouldn't let you change for PE because they thought it was gonna take you too long.
that's my accommodations, guys. I don't have to dress up.
That's an
Oh, okay. I thought
accommodation.
it was that they wouldn't let you
No,
change
I mean, I guess I could have been like, hey, I want to undress at school. Thank you
Yeah.
very
I
much.
need, I need,
I need to take off my
Did
pants.
you not have a locker?
I had a regular locker. They gave me. I had a hard time with the combination lock, so they gave me a key lock. But then I lost the key.
Who saw that coming?
but then once I got it back, I just didn't put the lock on. And I was like, yeah, my locker, it's open to the world. If people, I got you if you need something. But then my mom got really worried that somebody was gonna bring a gun and put it in my locker
What?
because it was unlocked. So I don't
That's
know.
such a niche fear. Like, what?
I mean, but what's funny? A guy I went to middle school with who was here behind me. He did bring a gun to school. So
That's
Really?
funny.
I know he did. He didn't use it, but he brought it and showed people, and then he got expelled. And then
Yeah.
No one brought a gun to school when I was in high school, but someone shot their girlfriend in the parking lot a few years ago at my high school.
like
Wow.
you weren't there though.
No.
During the day?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, I didn't know it was
Did
so
she die?
right. I didn't know it was so
No,
right.
but she was like bad off, like
Oh, that's
ICU.
horrible.
Like they thought she might die.
And there were 2 high school students?
I think she'd like
Wow.
broken up with him, and
What do
then
you-
he like brought a gun to school and shot her.
Dang, where did you get the
Wow.
gun?
I presume his father.
Walmart.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think there is been anything like that. But
Man, we got way off this movie.
yeah, I know.
Jeez
But
Louise.
anyway, yeah,
Yeah, where? What? What
Trip down
happened?
memory lane.
We're like,
It was fun though.
because she's in
Wow,
high
life,
school.
you know.
She's
I
in
mean, it's hard with like these
Youth.
movies that are like, it was fine. It wasn't great,
Yeah.
but it did remind me of this other thing.
Yeah.
yeah, when being the poor kid in high school. Honestly, I don't even know if I had anybody in high school whose parents beat them. I never.
Oh, there was a kid in my high school who like
Oh, really?
his like stepdad was definitely like punching him.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Where's you now?
I don't think things worked out great for him, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you know.
Did you guys have teachers having like hooking up with students at all?
No, when I was a student there.
No, okay, because that's the thing from mine.
Came later.
Yeah.
There was a history teacher who we were all trying to hook up with.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
remember, yeah.
And then, but there was a chorus teacher who had married a former student from a different high school. Like,
Oh, really?
but like they had been married for years at that point, you know? But like she had allegedly like been his student in high school.
Wow.
And then he allegedly was having, there were rumors he was having an inappropriate relationship with like
Gotcha.
a girl who was a few years older than me.
We had a teacher who was hooking up with a student during the day in the parking lot, and his wife was a teacher at our school, at the same school.
What?
It was nuts.
Dude,
That's nuts.
Is that pretty cool, Martin? You like that? Is that a cool dude?
You told
Wait,
me
what
that.
did he teach?
You told me that.
Ooh, what did he
before.
teach? I think it was like.
Wasn't it Spanish? No, it wasn't.
No, his wife
his
taught
wife
French.
was his wife was, yeah.
I think it was history or
You
something.
and
Yeah.
Charlie told me this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
that,
history. And he was the baseball coach too.
yeah, and that,
And even after he got kicked out, he would still come watch the baseball games, and all the baseball players were like, "That's our guy up there.
Yeah,
we still love you,
man.
dude."
yeah, and Charlie said that his wife was his teacher, and then
Yeah.
he still had to teach during the whole ordeal, you know. So
And then that student's high school quote, or she was a senior. Her graduating quote was, "Good girls don't make history."
is it you mean well-behaved women?
Oh yeah. Well-behaved women seldom make history. Sorry. Yes.
Do you know where she is now? Was
I
she
think they're still together.
Nuh-uh.
It worked out.
Yes.
So I had a friend at like a summer camp at UVA who, when I was like I was 16, and in our suite, she was basically like texting a teacher, and he had been fired for having like, you know, an inappropriate relationship with, you know, like talking to her outside of school or whatever. They're married and have a baby now.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, wow.
Like,
I don't know.
That's
what?
it, yeah, I don't know.
I guess it worked out.
Yeah, it got her.
Yeah, I think it's wild that I'm like, I can't believe this like lasted, and I don't know.
Wow.
How much? What was the age difference?
I think he was like in his early 20s. It was like an
okay.
age difference where it's like right now, if you met right now, it wouldn't be a big deal. But
Yeah, in
because of
context.
like, yeah. And she went to like an all girls Catholic school. It was just like a really bad
Oh.
look, you know?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, juicy stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
this girl I went to high school with became a teacher at the high school, and then had sex with students.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so yeah,
Okay.
so and
She was like, one day I'm gonna rule this school.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to be shooting
So
fish in a barrel.
yeah, I thought she was having sex with students back then because we were students, but turns out that's her type is high school students. But they haven't really reported. She's in jail, but last I read, they did not accept her plea bargain. So
She's in jail.
it's
Wow.
fucking
That's nuts.
yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah. And her mom was like a middle school teacher in the county, so whoop-de-doo.
Yikes.
So.
Well, should we summarize this bad boy?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's been an hour. Shit.
Yeah, we've just been chatting over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen, it ends with us. Hey, guys, good news, guys. She leaves the guy, okay? He hits
Spoiler.
You
her.
want me to time you, Martin?
Well, I'm getting people the ending. Just let them know she
do you want
does
me?
leave
Do you
them.
want to summarize it and I'll time you?
Sure. Okay. Anyway, okay, and it's been it's about a girl whose dad died at first, and he's like abusive, and then she, after the funerals, meets this doctor guy, and she doesn't want to be with him at first, but then he slowly kind of sneaks his way in there, whatnot, and then he hits her once or something, and like he says sorry or whatnot, and it's just like this constant struggle until she realizes like, no, this is abuse, this isn't cool, and no matter, she lets me have a kid together, get married, but she recognizes the abuse taking place and uh, kicks him out of her life and goes back to her old boyfriend she met in high school who's also abused, and they end up together, and I guess it worked out for everybody.
That was that.
Yeah, so she goes back to her high school boyfriend, who she reconnects with, who's like a bartender, and he
He
beats
owns a
up.
restaurant. He's a chef.
Okay, I guess he's a little more qualified.
Warren did not
And
really
his
watch this
restaurant
movie.
is like
I
the number
watched
one
it.
destination in Boston in that
Yeah.
article.
Yeah, okay, it's got any Michelin
Let's
stars.
not
and all.
minimize Atlas's accomplishments.
Yeah, let's not minimize his name's fucking Atlas. Okay, actually, that makes sense because his dad abuses him, and he has Atlas feels like he's carrying the whole world on his back.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that
Yeah,
it
it's bullshit. It's like, we get
yeah,
it.
it makes sense now. Yeah, it's the whole world. Dude, and Lily Bloom, she's a flower shop owner. It's kind of everything about it. It's like, okay, it's all kind of dumb, but yeah. Anyway, he beats up her husband. They get into it because he's zero tolerance with abuse.
Zero tolerance for abuse.
Did I say it like that? I'm sorry.
You hear me? Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. Zero. Okay.
I'm watching you.
I'm watching you.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Anyway, it was okay. I don't know. Cool.
Yeah, it was a fine night in, I'd say.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd watch it if it wasn't for this podcast, but
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
anyway.
That's why we do it.
And the Wikipedia says she ended the cycle of abuse in her family. So, and she
Yeah.
told her new
In
dog.
reality, though, she wouldn't be able to just like not let this guy have visitation with the kid.
I mean, I'm sure we don't know what happens like in the future. I mean,
No,
she
in the book, they're like co-parenting.
well, maybe he doesn't want the kid. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
All
Good
right,
stuff,
guys.
Good. We
Two solid ones.
Yeah. Be Ron Bros. Make sure you follow the Boy Scout code and be
Law. It's law.
Reverent.
It's law.
reverent.
It's
yeah.
law. It's Boy Scout
Yeah.
law.
Look it up.
Law.
Yeah.
Law.
Wow.
All right.
Very cool.
God
Thanks,
bless those
guys.
scouts. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Good ones.